Hello and welcome back to the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy's Trials and Tribulations Revisit. So last time, remember, we were in the middle of investigation, and we passed the point of what really went down in the investigation. And a lot of tempers are gonna be, well, heated as we get into the first half of this three-part trial of Bridge to the Turnabout. So let's get right into it. February 10th, 9:39 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1.
Good morning. Oh, are you by yourself?
Morning, Haru.
Mr. Dick, please tell me what's going to happen to Mrs. Ryan.
I'm sorry. We don't know yet. The investigation is still going on, so I wasn't allowed into the inner temple.
Oh, I see. So, sister, I was still trying to remove those trick arts in the training hall?
No. She's the defendant in this case, so she can't be at the inner temple. She's required to be in here. She's required to be here in court.
Then, of course she's not here in the defendant's lobby.
I have to admit, it's kind of strange. If you're looking for Ayame, she's in the prosecutor's lobby. Ichi! What's Ayame doing over there? She's going over today's testimony with the prosecutor as we speak. Today's testimony. You heard me. Ayame is going to be testifying as a witness for the prosecution. Wait, what? The prosecutor is squeezing her for a confession. Or so I heard. Maid? Karuma, what are you up to? I know what you're thinking. But May isn't going to be the prosecutor today. What? Then who is? Who else would it be but Goto? Goto. May is engaged in some important work at the Sacred Cavern.
The Sacred Cavern? You don't mean that
Exactly. She has been out there all night, trying to remove those trick locks. With the head nun's assistance, naturally. We estimate that the last of the locks should be taken care of in about 3 hours. I hope everything continues to go smoothly and we receive some good news soon. Yeah. Thanks, Hideji. Prosecutor Godot intends to nail this case shut today. Be prepared to fight like there's no tomorrow. You don't have to tell me that. Touché. I can already see it in your eyes. You're not the same fever-ridden, frantic maniac you were yesterday. It's strange. On the way here, I decided that today would be the end of all this. Almost immediately after I made that decision, I felt myself getting stronger. Interesting. Maybe you've passed your cold on to someone else, literally. And with that, I leave the rest in your capable hands, partner. Thanks. I still don't have answers for most of the riddles plaguing this case. The circumstances around the murder of Miss Ericuna. No, I mean Miss Misty Faye. I'm just gonna call her. I mean, Ayasato Michael. The impossible flight Martha she claims to have seen. What that woman is really after. I will solve them all and bring this whole tragedy to an end. February 10th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 7. Court is now in session for the trial of Ayame of Hazakura Temple. Your Honor, what are you? Who? Me? Well, my little brother came to visit me in my chambers early this morning. All of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, he developed a scorching fever and fainted. Therefore, I'll be standing in for him. Oh, the brothers. That's my one. My poor brother. He looked a bit pale. Not to mention sad that he couldn't be here. One! It is impossible to predict what the future has in store for any of us. This is precisely why people feel the need to judge the past. and we of the court have been charged with the solemn duty of passing such judgment. Well said, Mr. Gordon. I understood exactly what you said, at least up until the end, anyway. Now then, Mr. Gordon, please proceed with your opening statement. You, a fragile, fickle king. Our hearts change with the shifting of the tides. Preach it, man, preach it. There is only one thing that remains a constant in this crazy world. The bitter darkness that lies at the bottom of this mug. So then you mean, forget it. What do you mean? During yesterday's trial, the accused refused to admit her role in the crime. But today she has had a change of heart. Sister Ayame of Hazakura Temple has a confession to make. Confession? The defendant? Why didn't she discuss this with me first? Very well. This court will now hear the defendant's confession. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules.
My name is Ayame. I am but a simple nun undergoing training at Hazakura Temple.
Witness, is there something that you want to confess to?
But first, I want to apologize to Naruhodo Ryuichi-sama. I can't continue lying to everyone anymore.
It's alright. What is it?
Naruhodo Ryuichi, I have to admit that I did play a part in this terrible incident.
Oh. Are you actually confessing? Are you saying that you are the one who murdered Miss Ace Dunham?
No, I'm not, Your Honor. But I dealt with the cover-up after the murder took place. After her spirit left, I took the lifeless shell of Mystica Beast and carried it to the Hazakura Temple courtyard, where I desecrated it.
What? Order in the court! Order! Witness! Are you saying you are an accomplice to the murder? God! Nani? Three minutes in court, and I'm already covered in a cold sweat. Two! Ha! Everything on the planet is an accomplice to something. It just happens to be that in this case, it's to murder. Isn't that right, Saint? D'accordo. So this is the confession they were conferring about. It pains me to say this, but it looks like I always kissed him when he was all alive. Now, if you don't mind, I've got a question for you. Whose crime were you trying to cover up by your actions? Ayame was covering for someone. Now I'm definitely up the creek without a paddle. Or a life jacket.
I've been at Hazakura Temple ever since I was a little girl. Hazakura Temple is run by one of the branch families of the Korean tradition. One of our missions is to protect the main family.
I'm sorry, but main family?
Yes, and that's why I would search myself, if need be, to protect her. The daughter of the master of the Korean channeling technique. Mystic Ayato Mayoi. Mystic Ayasato Mayoi.
Huh? Wake up and smell the coffee, Wright. She's naming my eye. Order in the court. So not only did you witness the murder, you know the name of the murderer.
I'm terribly sorry, but it's true. I saw her commit the crime with my very own eyes. And then I cleaned up the area to try to protect her.
Iggy! That's ridiculous! I can never do such a... The defense will refrain from commenting until the appropriate time. Now, witness, let's hear your testimony. What exactly happened on the night of the crime?
Yes, Your Honor.
I thought I was prepared for the unexpected. But I never imagined the case would wind up going in this direction.
went to the inner temple that night, and I saw it all happen in the garden. I saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with her staff. In this case, yeah, that's what happened. While Mystic Maya was still stumbling, Mystic Michael moved in to deliver a fatal strike. Mystic Maya tried desperately to defend herself and stole the weapon. It was only in self-defense. You can't blame her for it. So Mayoi and Michael were at odds with each other in a duel.
So it was in self-defense?
Yes. Mystic Michael was the one who attacked first. That's why I tried my best to protect Mystic Mayoi.
You moved the victim's body to the temple so that Mayoi wouldn't be suspected. Isn't that right? Not bad. You've got the instincts of a true criminal. Something's not quite right. I'm sure it was established yesterday that Ayami never went to the inner temple at night, and that the person who did it, and that the person who did go was that woman. Ayami even admitted it. And now then, Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination.
Now let's see.
Monte!
She moved in to deliver a fatal strike. Yes, I'm sure of it. She threw down her staff and reached into her robe for a weapon.
Wait a minute.
What was this weapon? It was some kind of dagger.
A dagger? Huh.
And Elise Dunham tried to stab her with this weapon? To kill Miss Ayasato? Yes, exactly.
Ha. 3. You look like I did after I mistaken you for a swig of delicious sauce. Oh. Do you have a problem with the testimony we're hearing from your client, lawyer boy?
Do I have a problem with Ayami's testimony? There is one thing. Your Honor, I have a small problem with the witness testimony.
You do? but this witness is your own client.
Yes, well, nevertheless.
That's fine. Witness, let's add your last statement to the testimony.
Yes, sir.
Hey, just a moment. It's my job to say that. Listen, Gramps. I won't say it again. Final judgment will be rendered by me. Okay, now, let's continue.
She threw her staff away and pulled a dagger from inside her robe.
No, she didn't. I saw this. Yuri!
Sister Ayame, there's something strange about your version of events. Huh? Miss Dunham, throwing her staff away makes no sense at all to me. But all you can do with a staff is hit someone. Naturally, you wouldn't know this, Sister Ayame, but the victim's staff had a special feature about it. As you can see, it's a sword. If Elise Dunham really had wanted to kill Maya, she wouldn't have needed to use a separate dagger. Not when she already had a beautiful blade in her hands already. Well, Sister Ayame, what do you have to say?
Forward! That was an impressive bit of investigating, Wright. I never would have thought there was a sword hidden in that staff. But even so, how should I put this? A long sword is unwieldy, and thus quite ineffective in close quarters combat. Go see Breath of Fire 4 first. That's all I'm gonna say. Go see Breath of Fire 4 first. Then you come back to me for that. Come back to me and say that right after you've seen Breath of Fire 4. Maybe that's why she chose a dagger over her blade. Well. Anyway, the type of weapon she chose to use isn't what's important. The important thing is that she tried to kill Ayasato Mayoi. As long as there's nothing strange about that, there's no problem with her testimony. But there is something strange about this whole testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, the prosecution has a point. Very well, Your Honor. The defense will now present evidence to back its argument.
Not a hold of your cheek.
I have here another piece of evidence that shows that this testimony can't be trusted. Because Miss Elise Dunham would never attempt to take the life of Ayasato Mayoi. Igiari! Elise Dunham would never have attacked Ayasato Mayoi.
How can you be so sure?
Because the victim's real name was not Elise Dunham. Her real name was Ayasato Maiko. Ayasato...
No! Not Mr. Ayasato Maiko!
Who is this Ayasato Maiko? Is she related to... Ayasato Maiko is the master of the brain channeling technique. She is also the mother of Ayasato Mayoi. Are you serious?
It's true. Not all those things. But did he do them actually? Okay, Mr. Michael.
There's no doubt about it. It looks like Mayome had no idea.
I can hardly believe it.
The idea that she would try to kill her only daughter, one she hadn't seen in 17 years. Perhaps the prosecution can offer some explanation for why she would do such a thing? Order in the court! Upon hearing the witness testimony, it seemed natural enough. However, in light of some facts that have just been presented, one, that the victim supposedly threw away a sword during a fight. And two, that the two people battling to the death were mother and daughter, despite the facts being believable when taken on their own. When taken together, the entire story seems difficult to believe. There's nothing in this world that is impossible. Except for one little thing. Yes, what is this one little impossible thing? Ah, you still don't get it. think maybe my beans are under-roasted, but you have no idea, Gramps. Could you get to your point? I heard this witness confession this morning. Just as I had taken the first sip of my 8th cup of morning coffee. You're going to ruin your health, my friend. Anyway, after hearing this woman's confession, number 6, I had a detective who loved to investigate sent to the scene of the crime. And he discovered this little beauty. Is that the dagger the witness testified to see? Obviously, Your Honor. But do you not notice something else? Now that you mention it, if you look closely, there appears to be blood on it. Where did you find that? I didn't see that when I investigated the crime scene. Did you investigate the pine tree at the crime scene? Huh? The pine tree? This dagger was stuck in the backside of the pine tree when the last blow was struck, ending the violent battle between the two women. This little baby was thrown in the direction of the back of the pine tree, which means the blood on the dagger belongs to the victim, correct? Ha! Were you even listening, old man? I first heard this confession this morning, just as I had taken the first sip of my 13th cup of morning coffee. I thought it was right. Did you just say it was your age just a few minutes ago? I didn't have enough time to get the blood analyzed on such short notice. In any case, the court will accept the dagger as evidence. Furthermore, I order that a blood test be performed on it immediately. This is my sweetheart. Make sure you treat her right. Bailiff, get this piece of evidence to the crime lab for testing immediately. There we go. We got the dagger. It's being analyzed now. And now then, the testimony we've just heard had numerous unbelievable aspects to it. However, after having found the very dagger the witness spoke of, I believe we can consider her testimony to be credible. Here's your answer. Cute girls never lie. Ever. Bullshit! I'm sorry. That is a whole big fat contradiction right there. In any case, witness, if you could please testify again to this court.
About what, Your Honor?
About the incident you saw. the battle between the two women.
Yes, Your Honor.
The battle.
Mr. Meyer stumbled briefly up after being hit over the head with a staff. But then she dodged Mr. Galise's next attack and fell with him. Suddenly, Mr. Galise was the one on the defensive, with her back to the stone lantern. That's when Mr. Meyer stabbed Mr. Galise. Mr. Galise managed to fling the knife away. But then she collapsed.
That was a very heartbreaking story.
I don't know if there were any bad feelings between them, but it had been 17 years since Mr. Michael's disappearance. Perhaps they simply did not recognize each other anymore.
That seems reasonable. And now then, Mr. Wright, proceed with your cross-examination. Here we go. You're saying that Mayoi turned the tables on the victim.
Yes. But Mrs. Mayoi wasn't herself at the time. After all, her life was in danger.
I still can't believe it. The idea of Mayoi cornering someone at knife point is just silly. Hey! Even though it might be 7 or 6, as they say, a cornered fox is more dangerous than a jackal. I believe the correct description of a cornered fox is scared and petrified. Your animal analogies have grown tiresome. You are the one who started it! Anyway, so after my event, back the victim into the stone lantern, what happened next? Are you absolutely certain that's what you saw?
Yes, I'm almost certain.
Almost.
garden was dark. I couldn't really tell who was who.
What did she just say? So, in other words, it could have been someone else entirely.
Objection!
We know that Maya Fey was at the Inner Temple that night. And that the woman that was killed was Eddie Dunham. Isn't it fairly obvious who attacked who? I don't have anything to counter that yet. Well then, witness, please continue with your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor.
So she was stabbed in the stomach.
Yes.
Time, between 10 and 11 p.m. Cause, loss of blood from stab and bag. Body fell 10 feet after death. Ma'am. Hey, mate, come on now. You got it. Something about you just isn't right today, I am a...
Huh?
Until now, I didn't think you were the type to make such a careless mistake. However, the testimony you just gave contains quite a few contradictions.
What do you mean? What's so wrong about my testimony?
According to you, Aya Satomayo stabbed the victim while she had her back to the stone lantern. Correct?
Yes, that's right.
But in that case, the victim would have been stabbed in the stomach, right? Yes, I think so. But, according to the autopsy report, the cause of death was due to blood loss from a stab wound in her back.
Huh?
This proves that the victim was stabbed from behind, not from the front. Sister Ayame, it appears another seed of doubt has sprouted from your testimony. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright? 9, 8. It's simple. People are like books. They've all got a front and a back. You get my drift. As an author, I do. I also get your drafts. Is that all you have to say? Number 8. I can also say that darkness loves to play with the human mind. Ignite! Well, that's true though. Could you please knock it off with that cheesy proverb and illogical metaphors already? The point is, too much of this testimony just doesn't make sense. Throwing away a useful staff, the people fighting being mother and daughter, and now she falsely claims the victim was stabbed in the stomach. There are certainly some inconsistencies. Well, Ayame, how about it?
Well, it's just...
If you ask me, you're just being too naive about the whole thing. What do you mean? There are 253 distinct types of bitterness in coffee. But to pick out each one requires total concentration and the use of all the senses. Were you really concentrating on what this witness actually said? Prosecutor Goldo, explain yourself! The witness was quite unambiguous about her own ambiguity. Let me read that again, because that sounds so wrong. The witness was quite unambiguous about her own ambiguities when she said that the garden was dark and she couldn't see clearly. A human needs one thing to see clearly, and that is light. Light. Thank you for the 5, the 6, and the 7. By the way, did you know Hazakura has a rule that on nights when an acolyte is at the temple training, the stone lantern in the garden must be kept lit. I did wonder what that stone lantern was there for. Well, that's true. Shouldn't the witness have been able to see the crime more clearly? Normally, yes, Your Honor. But according to the head nun, Sister Bikini, on the night of the crime, it was impossible to light that stone lantern. Impossible? I'm ready for 9. You sure it's 9, sir? It's 9. Order up. It hadn't been used in a long time, and the wick was no good. In other words, it had to have been nearly pitch black in the garden that night. There could have been a faint light coming from the training hall, but that's all. Most enlightening. Nine, sir! Thank you. Yes, that illuminating fact has chased all the contradictions away. If the staff was dropped, it would be difficult to see. It also explains why they didn't recognize each other. We can't see the demons that lurk in the night. That's why humans are weak. And thus, Shin Megami Tensei was born. Isn't that right, Trite? No! Order! 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 Here, Your Honor. Let me present the stone lantern to evidence. Maybe it will rekindle the flame of truth in your mind. Lantern from the inner temple garden was not lit the night of the crime. Why is the judge just sitting there with that look on his face? What's wrong, Your Honor? Was that flame too hot? This lantern... There's something written on it. Why? It's written in blood! Come on. So the judge didn't know about that yet. Written in blood? It says my eye upside down. What's up?
That's right. After being cornered and then stabbed by Mystic Myrie, Mystic Elise didn't fall down right away. She must have been writing that on the stone lantern behind her, with the blood that was draining out of her body.
It certainly looks that way.
Objection!
Hang on just a minute. What are you all talking about? What do you mean? What are we all talking about?
We're talking about the message written in blood.
Nonsense. This lantern. It's as clean as a whistle.
Could it be? He can't see the bloody writing at all. Now that I think of it, he did say something to me yesterday.
My eyesight is pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything. So that's what he meant by that.
He's colorblind.
In any case, this is obviously an important clue. We now know that the crime scene was dark, and that the victim scrawled this message on the stone lantern. Well, Mr. Goldall, anything further? Mr. Goldall? Okay then. Let's move on.
Goldall is literally shaking, and somehow I don't think it's from caffeine overdose.
I believe it has now been established that Miss Dunham was killed by Ayasato Mayoi. What? Just wrong! Now it's time to turn our attention to you.
Yes, sir.
After the victim died, you did something, didn't you? Let's hear it. We're all ears.
After Mr. Gillies died, I called out to Mr. Mayoi. I thought it was my duty to protect the future master of the Korean. So I removed the body from the inner temple by myself. I dragged it behind me all the way across Dusky Bridge. Then I used the snowmobile to carry it back to Azakura Temple, and I used the shishito to alter the way the moon took.
Damn. You used the 7-branch sword to do that? God damn. So you moved the body.
Yes. I was raised at Hazakura Temple. I owe a great deal of thanks to the Ayasato clan. But even so, I never imagined that Elise Dunham was actually Ayasato Michael. I've committed a terrible sin.
A terrible trick of fate. I believe you're looking for a twist of fate, Your Honor.
I intended to return to the inner temple after taking care of the body, but
You were spotted by the head nun, correct?
yes, and that's why I couldn't go back.
The whole story makes sense, I suppose. Mr. Wright, go ahead with your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Excuse me.
Oh, I'll cook later.
Okay. Muppet! The snowmobile. I knew that would show up sooner or later.
Yes, I had to. I used the snowmobile to travel from Hazakura Temple to Dusky Bridge.
This is the part that was in question the other day. Should I ask for more details? How about the tracks? If you really did move her body by snowmobile, then there should be tracks left in the snow, right? Well, yes, naturally. You would expect tracks. This picture was presented at yesterday's trial. Are these the tracks from that ride?
Yes, I think they are.
But I can only see one set of tracks here.
I don't see what's so strange about that. Snow was still falling when I left Hazakura Temple.
I see. Snow is still falling, huh?
And then, when the murder took place, he had already stopped. That's why there are such fresh-looking tracks.
How about it, Mr. Wright? What do you think about this testimony? It's very important. When the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. That doesn't make sense if you stack it up against the other evidence. Your Honor, I'd like the statement Ayame just made added to the testimony. But does it have something to do with the case? All will be made clear if you allow her statement to be added to the record. Ha! This should be fun. Here's 9, sir! 9.5. Thank you. Let's get this snow business cleared up, shall we?
Yes, sir. By the time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped.
Muppet! There have been a lot of contradictions in your testimony so far. This time, are you sure it's all true?
Yes, I am.
When the murder happened, the snow had already stopped. According to you, that's why the snowmobile tracks were so clear.
That's right. I'm certain of it.
I think I trapped her this time. I see how you think. Snow, huh? What is going on here? If snow really had stopped by the time of the murder, it means there's a bigger hole in her story than that movie, The Great Revelations. What the? Oh! Wow! Wow! Just wow, man! Just wow! Ah! Well then, try it. Let's see what's up your sleeve. Or rather, at the end of your index finger. I don't want to believe it, but I don't think my logic is failing me. Ayame is trying to pin the murder on Mayoi. But why would she want to do that? There's only one reason I can think of. He got it! You claim that the snow had already stopped when the murder occurred? But I'm sorry, Ayame. That just isn't possible.
What?
This is the weather data from the night of the murder. According to this, the snow didn't stop until 10:50 p.m. But you couldn't have crossed Dusky Bridge at that time.
Why did you say that?
Because 5 minutes before the snow stopped, Dusky Bridge was struck by lightning and had caught on fire.
What did you say? The bridge? It was on fire?
You don't mean to say you didn't know about it? It was because of that lightning strike that the bridge burned down.
What? But it can't be.
It looks like you still haven't figured it out. No matter how hard you try to deceive or conceal the truth, you can't pull the wool over the eyes of a real defense attorney.
No!
Order! 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 The bridge was already on fire when the incident took place. That's right. The inner temple was already totally cut off from the outside world. There's no way you could have crossed the bridge, body or no body. Witness, even my patient has his limits. Any further lying, and I will find you in contempt of court. Do you have anything to say for yourself? Cancer! The only person here that is truly contemptible is you. Me? How dare you? Whether this witness lied or not doesn't mean squat right now. What? The important thing now is to find out the truth. Isn't that right? Yes, of course, but whether it was snowing or not snowing, or whether the bridge was burning or not, there are two facts that can't be disputed. First, the body of Elise Dunham was discovered in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. And second, the head nun, Sister Bikini, witnessed Iris desecrating Elise Dunham's body. She makes a good point on both counts.
That's right. I'm not lying.
What are you claiming this time?
I wasn't myself at all that night. So my memory is still somewhat hazy.
Inyai! You have stood at that witness stand and testified this entire time.
Are you telling us now that your memory of that night is hazy?
It is only human to err. Gives us a perfect trait. Maybe you can explain this to the court. What is it? When the murder happened, the bridge had already burnt down. But somehow the body traveled across the bridge and was found in the temple courtyard. Perhaps you have some kind of perfect explanation for this little magic trick. Gah! Well, not exactly, no. I know there must be some other way she got across that burnt-out bridge. But unless I can somehow demonstrate it, we'll never know the truth. It looks like the defense is not prepared to offer a suitable explanation. Officer! You see what I mean? In other words, you're in no position to suggest that this lady's testimony isn't the truth. Ah! All right, then. Witness, let's hear your testimony once more.
About what, Your Honor?
You've admitted that you moved the victim's body. Nevertheless, your prior testimony contained a rather large inconsistency. Please, add an explanation for that to your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor.
Will this be her final testimony? I'm reading my notes here. It's just so funny what I'm reading. Okay, moving on.
Other than walking over the bridge, there's no way to move the body. So I must have just gotten confused, I guess. Was the snow still falling or had stopped? Does it really matter that much? Or are you saying that there is a way to cross a burning bridge?
So it was just a misunderstanding, I see. This is a photo of Dusky Bridge after it burned down from the lightning blast. It was taken on the morning after the incident. It certainly was burned to a crisp, and one of the suspension wires even snapped. It's amazing the whole bridge didn't fall. Clearly, it would be impossible to carry a corpse across a bridge in this condition. Taking the morning after the crime. Unless I do something to discredit this testimony, it's going to be deemed as the truth. And Mayo will be accused of murder. Trace, I'm only going to say it one more time. It is only human to err. And only humans can spot the errors of our ways. I'm ready for 11 now. The more sense he makes, the less sense he makes. He breaks and unbreaks his logic. Yeah, they say that about me. To try not to understand my logic. Please don't. All right, Mr. Wright, please begin your final cross-examination. My pick! Well, I don't see why there couldn't be a way across.
And I don't understand. Don't you think that sounds a bit silly? A dead body crossing a burning bridge. Did anyone actually witness such a thing?
If there was, I don't think you'd call someone like that a witness. After all, a dream isn't the same as actually seeing something. I've come all this way, so I owe this to everyone to figure this out. But how do you transport a body across a burning bridge? Even if I don't know the exact answer yet, it's okay. I'll start by examining all of my evidence and see where that takes me. I've got to be like a shark. I don't keep moving, I'm as good as get. Believe it or not, we have evidence. You get it? A dead body flying over a burning bridge. I wouldn't exactly rule out the possibility. What? 11, sir. Ha. You're saying it's possible. Don't make me laugh. The only thing that's possible about your claim is that it's been pulled out of thin air. I don't know about that. In any case, we have a witness who did see it happen. Who is it? Who is this witness? I can't chicken out here. I gotta keep on the attack and go, go, go! Miss Elise Dunham's brilliant and highly gifted apprentice, Lawrence Dunham. Brilliant, highly gifted apprentice. Remember what he said in his testimony? That night he was at the Mountain Shack, Heavenly Home. And that's when he witnessed the event. I think you've all seen this sketch before. It's an exact drawing of what he witnessed that night. We are not amused. Are you serious? Today's not April Fool's Day, is it? We're pretty sure it's not. By the time we're recording, it's June the 1st, so, you know, we pay us that, okay? Mr. Wright, are you seriously claiming that the victim flew through the air? And you're using this pathetic scribble to support your argument? Uh-oh. The judge looks like he's about to blow a gasket. 12. Well, that's right. There's nowhere for you to hide now. Other than looking like it was drawn by a 6-year-old, does this sketch prove anything? Yes, I'm pretty sure it does. And I'm going to prove it. Listen, I know your tricks. You're trying to turn this whole thing upside down. If you're so eager to turn this case upside down, why not start with this sketch? Upside down? Why did God say that? Alright then, let's hear the defense's theory. What exactly is the sketch trying to show? I don't think old Whiskerface is going to forgive any more mistakes. Alright, you two. Look it over and think it over. Look carefully and think it over. The sketch drawn by Maurice Dunham is a complete God damn. Really? A complete contradiction. Something is obviously funny about the sketch. I'm no critic, but even I can see that. No, that's not what I mean, Your Honor. Larry Dunham stated it over and over that this sketch was exactly as he saw it. However, if we're to believe his testimony, then the sketch contradicts reality as we know it.
It contradicts reality.
Ha! This is getting nitty. Looks like you're back to that finger pointing thing again. Okay, Trite, so exactly contradicts reality as we know it. Well, sure, why not? No, why not? Why? There you go. It's this wire connected to the bridge. Whether you either pick either one, that's the thing. It doesn't matter which one, as long as you point to the wire. The wire? Ha! Is this the thing that contradicts reality? It is indeed. Then show us the reality it supposedly conflicts with. Show us something that will point out how the sketch contradicts reality. Okay. Today? That's a photo of Dusky Breach, correct? Yes. Now, compare the sketch and the photo for a minute. In the sketch, the wires appear to be above the guard wires. But on the actual Dusky Bridge, Jumping Jehoshaphat! The wires are below the guard wires. Order! This sketch is somewhat different than what's depicted in the photo. However, isn't it likely that the artist just saw it wrong?
Perhaps he just drew it wrong.
Either way, it sounds like you're just wrong. With someone like like Laurice, I admit a mistake is a definite possibility. But then that begs the question, why did he make a mistake? What was the reason? Are you saying you know the answer to that? Listen, think back, alright? Remember what Laurice was doing when he witnessed this event? He was at Heavenly Hall waiting for a lover that was never going to come. He waited and waited, and finally he laid down. But then, lightning shoots from the sky and sets the bridge aflame. Now, ponder what sort of position Laurice must have been in at the time. He was lying on his back, which is why he remembered the scene the way he did. He was lying on his back. I can't see how he ate. But it does, Your Honor. That is the reason why the wires in the sketch go up instead of down. No way! Laurice Dunham witnessed the event while he was lying on his back, face up. In other words, the scene that he saw was upside down. Was actually upside down! So then, this sketch should actually... I think you finally get it, Your Honor. The correct way to view Laurice Dunham's sketch is like this. Flip it around, there you go. This is how it should actually look. The victim's body wasn't flying above the bridge. It was actually swinging below. That's right. Just like a pendulum. Swinging up! Order! All the things to say. A pendulum? The bridge was burning to a crisp. There was no way to get across it. But if the body had been found at the inner temple, it would have caused problems. This is where the criminal decided to take a gamble. They used the burning bridge to get the body across to the other side. And a pendulum was the only way to get it done. Let's think about this for a minute, shall we? Dusky Bridge is about 20 yards long, which means it's about that far from the inner temple to the opposite cliff. Yes, that sounds right. In order to cover that distance with a pendulum, you need a rope at least 10 yards long. To get a rope that long, you have to plan ahead. A lightning strike that night can only have been an accident. So it doesn't make sense that the culprit would have prepared the rope beforehand. So then, they didn't have to get the rope ready. The rope was already right in front of them. What? I'm saying that it was just a matter of using what was already there. In that case, Mr. Wright, please give us an explanation to support your theory. What makes you think the criminal had the rope on hand to create a pendulum? Well, look at this. Today? And the meaning of this is, if you want to know where the rope came from, it's hanging right there in front of your glorious beard. Ooh! This is one of the wires from the breach. When the lightning struck the bridge and set it on fire, one of the suspension wires came loose from its anchor. The criminals didn't have any time to waste. So they tied the wire around the student's body and swung it across. While it was on fire. Because there was simply no other way to move the body. I hope you're not going to panic drink. Panic drink it! Mr. Godotto! Panic drinking. It seems that Mr. Godot is more focused on his coffee than answering my question. It seems that the odds of a rope being readily available were very high. So I suppose that it's not an impossibility after all.
Objection!
Possible or possible? That's not the question we need to ask. There's only one question. Did that really happen? Trice, I wonder if you can prove what happened to us. Do you have any actual evidence that the body was swung over like a pendulum? Today? Before I present my evidence, let me review what we know so far. According to this photo, one of the wires snapped. Ding! Now, looking at this map, we can see it's the one that was in front of the inner temple. So then, that was the spot where the criminal... Yes, precisely. Now, let us consider the body's movement by looking at the overhead map again. If the body was pushed from this point here, it would drop on the opposite bank at approximately this point.
Did you say drop?
Well, they must have failed to catch the body on the other bank.
What? What makes you think something like that happened?
Because I have evidence that suggests her body dropped some distance.
What kind of evidence?
Take a look again. Autopsy report. It says here that her body fell about 10 feet up after her death.
10 feet, huh?
That's most likely the height difference between the two sides. The body overswung due to forward momentum, but then came loose and fell about 10 feet. And then, as a result of the landing impact, this crystal sphere was not loose. Yes, this blood-stained amethyst crystal. It's the one that came off of Miss Elise Dunham's staff. And even more important is the place where this crystal sphere was found.
Indeed. I believe it's already marked on this overhead map. The crystal was found.
Oh! Precisely. In the very spot where the pendulum would arrive if given the right amount of speed. Thank you, work.
This explains all very quite well, Mr. Wright. You have provided us with a way the body could have been moved that night.
Who did that?
An impressive deduction, Mr. Wright. Most impressive.
What the fuck?
Mr. Wright! I thought this cold coffee might help cool you down.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Goldrock?
There's my That was a dark and bitter guess that you made, Trey. But you forgot about one thing.
Oh, and what would that be?
The aroma.
How?
A coffee's most reliable accomplice is his deep and profound aroma.
The rest of the court doesn't speak Japanese. Can you elaborate a bit more? Sir, I speak cappuccino. I speak decaffeinated. And I speak Colombian. Those are my 3 coffee languages. If the criminal had sent the body to the other side, like you say, then naturally, there must have been an accomplice lying in wait to catch it. An accomplice! The criminal wasn't able to cross Dusky Bridge. So who collected the body? What do you have to say about that, Wright? Mr. Godot is correct. This can't be the work of a single person. Well, Mr. Wright, you know what you must do. Yes, Your Honor. The body couldn't have made it to Hosakor Temple without a compass. Very well, then. If you please, Mr. Wright. Who was the person that received the body on the Hosakor Temple site? Could I? It can only be you, Sister Ayame. Huh? But I don't see why you're so surprised. The only way to transport the body from Dusty Bridge is by snowmobile. But with her bad back, Sister Bettini could never pick up a body like that. You're the only one that could have managed it. Trey, were you even listening to the witness testimony? On the night of the crime, this little cutie was on cleanup duty in the inner temple garden after the mother-daughter bloodbath. I haven't forgotten, but have you, Mr. Godot? This witness was also seen at Hazakura Temple, desecrating the corpse of the victim. Strange indeed. It's almost as if on that night the defendant was in 2 different places at the same time. Sister Ayame, let me ask you something. Why didn't you mention it when you first gave your testimony? Mention what? The pendulum, of course. Using the sketch drawn by an eyewitness, I have established how the body was moved using the burnt-out bridge. Which means it's now a fact that this occurred, something you should have already known. No, I had no idea. I didn't
know anything about a pendulum.
But the body couldn't have been passed along to the other side without your help. So you should have known about it. In fact, it'd be impossible for you to be clueless about this whole thing. Unless you're not really Iris to begin with.
What? How can you say that? Not all the sun.
What? What kind of nonsense is this? You're saying this witness isn't Ayame of Hazakor Temple? Same name, so, flip-flop it. Are you serious, Wright? You mean... This woman is... There's no one besides Ayame that could have received the corpse that night. Now I get it. Now I know why I've been sick to my stomach this whole trial. Why her whole demeanor changed so suddenly from yesterday. And why she's trying to pin this murder on Mayuri. The woman that's standing there at the witness stand. Her real name is Miyanagi Shinami Kurae! AKA Dahlia Hawthorne. I never thought I'd have to utter your name again. Let alone see you. It's been a long time. Dahlia Hawthorne. Sister Ayame had a sister, a twin sister, and you're looking at her. Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Miyanagi Chinami. Yeah, Miyanagi Chinami. Name means some bells. Distant bells, but bells nonetheless. Ha! It's just your imagination, Gramps. This file contains all the relevant data about Dahlia Hawthorne. That case, 5 years ago.
My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I just want to say it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence.
The honor is all mine.
No, the honor's all mine. But then, shouldn't you have more hair then? But according to this, Shinami is already dead. It says her execution was carried out last month. So, what? Death has no meaning in this courtroom. What? Order!
Wait a moment. How can you... My sister, she's already dead. What kind of...
You, of all people, should already understand, after all. The blood of the master of the Korean channeling technique flows within that body. The Korean channeling technique. Now where have I heard that? That's right. You're not Dahlia Hawthorne herself. You're the spirit of Nami, currently inhabiting the body of a spirit medium. Sir. What an exciting story. Exciting, but quite impossible. You're asking us to buy that Dahlia Hawthorne just happened to be channeled by someone. On the very night of the murder, to a temple where her twin sister, Ayame, was? Well, if you're going to put things that way, then yes. We're supposed to believe a coincidence just like that happens? Naturally, it was no coincidence. The whole thing was part of a plan from the very beginning. It's all written right here in these instructions.
What's that?
These instructions were written by your mother, Ayasato Kumiko. And part of the plan called for Dahlia Hawthorne to be channeled. That night, there were two Ayame at Hazakura Temple. Two of them. Even the time of the channeling was planned out. As soon as you hear the lights out bells, in other words, 10 p.m. However, Ayame was seen before dinner time. That means
the Ayame that was at dinner was the real Ayame. And the Ayame who gave me this hood in the main hall was also the real Ayame. Meaning that the Ayame Sister Bikini saw at the inner temple was someone else dressed as her, namely one Dahlia Hawthorne.
You even know what you're saying, Wright.
40! This whole chat is the spirit of Chinami. Miyagi business. Yes, it's true that you found plans that talk about it. However, there's one thing that's perfectly clear. The witness currently standing in the witness stand is the real Iris. What? So it really is wrong? Okay. 14. Calm down and remember what you know about the night of the crime. Oh, that's good. Let me just pick this up.
After meeting the Dahlia Hawthorne that had been channeled would have been stranded at the inner temple due to the lightning strike. It was later that the body was moved by tension.
That's right. Naturally. That would mean that the Ayame that received the body was the real Ayame. Are you with me, Silva? Yes. After being notified of what happened, the police came to Hazakura Temple's main hall. There they found Ayame in her room and arrested her. And ever since, she's been under police supervision at the detention center. Yes, I suppose. Can't deny that.
Thank goodness. It looked like she's finally convinced.
But something still seems off. Way off. I'm still not convinced that the Ayame here is the same one from the other night. Ha. I suppose you're about to say something really ridiculous. Like the real Ayame and the spirit of Nami somehow switch places. Switch places? To be perfectly honest,
there are still quite a few things I don't understand, but I do know that my controller is alive and well during this Let's Play. I've been hearing it ever since I've started up this part, and now I'm hearing its rumble. I'm like, okay, so the entire time it's been off on this thing until now. So I understand that now. It's still in good condition, by the way. It just hasn't been acting at this part during so long ago when I first started this part of Trials and Tribulations Revisited. That unless we confirm the witness identity, we can't continue with this trial. Ayami doesn't have the spiritual power needed to channel Nami, which means they must have switched places somewhere. Well, Mr. Wright, since the time she was arrested at Hazakura Temple, have there been any chances for Iris to switch places with Dahlia Hawthorne? There was one. Your Honor, I think there might have been one chance. Explain yourself. Yesterday, for a few minutes, Ayami's whereabouts were unknown. Unknown. What do you mean? What I mean is, there was a span of time in which Ayami was able to move about freely, unsupervised. Well, who was it? Who would give a murder suspect time to move about freely like that? I'm sorry. I know you didn't mean to. It wasn't your fault. The person who gave Ayami the chance to freely move about was Reiji Mitsurugi, an old friend said to be #1 at the DA's office, studies foreign judicial system now. Today? This is Mr. Edgeworth, isn't it? Your Honor, there was a fairly large earthquake yesterday. Was there not? An earthquake?
Oh my goodness! The inner temple! This god is traumatized! Oh, she fled. She escaped.
We went to the inner temple right away. And it's true, Ayami was already there. However, they had already switched places by that point in time. When I arrived at the training hall, I was met by none other than Miyanagi Chinami. That's quite enough already, Mr. Wright. Now see here. No judge in his right mind would consider...
Be quiet. It's been a long time, Mr. Judge.
That voice... Guess I'll have to ask again. $50, sir. Thank you. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules. Oh shit, it's her.
Shinari Miyagi, and my current profession, permanently retired.
Huh. So you're not going to bother hiding our identity anymore, huh?
Why should I? After all, I'm dead. There's really nothing you can do to punish me.
What's this going on here? Dahlia Hawthorne. I never thought we'd meet again. And I never thought we'd meet like this. But this time, I'll end it. For her. And for myself. I'm going to take a... Whew. I'm going to take a break here, and in the next part... Oof, the next part, boy, we got words in the next part. So, I'll see you when we deal with her right after this. Thanks so much for watching.